What's going on, everybody? We're here in Tucson, Arizona at the University of Arizona. We're gonna head inside and take a look at the Terry Francona hitting facility. Let's head on inside. Okay, we're in the indoor hitting facility with Coach Toby Demello here at the University of Arizona. We got a couple toys that you're gonna display and showcase us, but the biggest thing that I've noticed walking in here is how nice it is to have a full-length space to be able to get work in. I know the weather here is great, but talk a little bit about the value of just having a full 60 feet, 6 inches to get work in.
Yeah, no, and that's something we talk about a lot. I think it's important to hit at 60 feet, right? Like, and it gives us some room for preparation. We try to match like starter stuff. We get their release height, release angles, all those different things, right? And extension, so we can manipulate that with our machines. And then, you know, as you can see, there's some 3-plate drills that we can do, just some more space. And I think the more often you can hit at 60 feet, like that's where you hit, right? And so try to do that as much as we can, and it's a huge tool. Yeah,
creating game-like environments, right? And priming the eyes, priming the brain to get ready to face pitchers in game. Do you guys use machine pre-game specifically, trying to simulate the fastballs that you're going to see? Is that the best part?
Yeah, typically it's the guy's fastball, and then usually their best breaking ball. Depending on shape, sometimes it's 2. Try to, obviously change-ups are a little tougher with machines to emulate, but we'll try to get some type of movement if that's the guy's best pitch. Typically their fastball and their best breaking ball. We're trying to make it as game-like as we can.
Awesome. All right, let's get into some of these toys that you got here. So you show me and showcase what you're trying to accomplish with each and every one of these.
So I'll just say, like, the first thing we do with guys is, like, we'll do a movement assessment, see how they move, you know, how they function, how their body works. Then we'll kind of add a movement prep, and then as you can see, like, I don't know if you can see the board back here that's clean right now, but after the first month or so, that's everybody's routine will be up on the board. So it's, you know, there's some accountability. Everyone knows what everyone's working on. Once we have that kind of dialed in and we're making some adjustments, it's about challenging our movements, right? And so a lot of it's like barrel accuracy and how are we delivering the barrel on time, and you know, hitting's really hard in the sense of, like, pitching, you're in control of your timing, right? And so we try to challenge timing as much as we can. And obviously now today's game, it's the ride fastball, and pitching's better than it's ever been. So a lot of the stuff we do is centered around barrel accuracy. So the first thing I'll do, we'll get into this a little bit, like our 4 here. You can throw that on for me. Kind of our 4 checkpoints from a mechanical standpoint: our balance setup, controlled forward move, balance when you land at your launch position, and then path to the middle of the field, right? Like, if we can get to those positions, we're gonna be okay. So that's on you, so you can feel some tension there. The thing I like about this is, like, I have total control of your movement. So if you lift here, like lift your leg, you can go forward, and I have total control of you. Right? I can, like, let you go forward, and so it's a little bit harder with me holding it, but typically we'll put them up on the wall so guys can work on it, so you can actually take that. Now you can work on your forward move, right? Like, you can lift, and you can feel yourself moving forward. You can engage your glute, right? You can feel that back hip load. This is something I would say probably 80% of our hitters or more use it daily. Because again, like, that's what timing is, right? If we can control our forward move, we got a better chance. We have more adjustability. We're in the zone longer. So first gadget, right?
That's awesome. I love that.
That's Synapse. It's an awesome tool. Like I said, use it every day. It's part of most guys' routines, how they start. We do a lot of different barrel stuff. So we hit a lot of foam balls, and then we'll use, you know, skinny bats, delivering the barrel with accuracy, and it's lighter. So I think it helps your brakes. Like, you know, you can only accelerate as good as your brakes are. And so a lot of guys will use this for one-hand drills, and then we'll get on and we'll hit foam balls with them, right? Like, just way less room for error, right? If you're on the barrel with this, it's going to be easier in game. So you know, these are war sticks. They have, like, a whole training packet that we get from them every year. Then we hit tater balls. These are awesome. For anyone that's hit foam balls, like, you know, they get too light, and so you get a machine and they ride up. These are the best ones I've had. They have real seams on them. You can kind of feel them. And the weights more similar to a real baseball. And so we'll hit on a full machine. We'll hit 90-mile-an-hour fastballs with these. And the cool thing is, for anyone that knows, how machines work, so a typical fastball that we'll hit is, right around that 6.6 on the top two, and then an 8 or so on the bottom. You just adjust the bottom dial to about a 6.5 to 7, and it'll be a true 4-seam fastball. And you can even like maneuver those so we get a little 2-seam action with it. And then it adds in the swing decision element to it, right? So we'll go foam ball off of that, and then if a real ball's in there, it'll be down, similar to like a changeup action, right? So again, we're trying to challenge movements. Once we have our movement style, then we have to challenge them, right? Because we can make the right adjustments, and it doesn't mean it's going to be immediate results, right? We have to train game-like as much as we can, and so like we talk about, like no panic swings. And so as much as we can, we try to create adjustability with our guys, and it's just another tool. And same thing here, we use flat bats. Same thing, right? Like if I can deliver the barrel and have some feel of where the barrel is going to be, that's usually what good hitters do. And really, like some people have asked me this, like for us, like I think one of our biggest strengths here is like our lack of organization, and I mean that in a positive way of like we try not to do the same thing every day. Like once our routine is done, like we're going to do something different. We're going to hit different shapes. We're going to hit different velos. We're going to do a different drill set on the field every day, because that's what the game is, right? Like we might face a low slot righty to a high slot lefty. We got to be able to make an adjustment from a bat to a bat with those two guys, right? And so we try to challenge our guys every day, and part of that too is I think the best hitters I've had, they don't like to suck, and so they figure out a way to get good at it, right? And so just from I know there's a lot to dig into with all that, but let's find out how guys move, make them move efficiently and on time, and then challenge those movements as much as we can.
Finding comfort being uncomfortable, right, is what hitting comes down to a lot of times. And if we can get in the box and compete and find that comfort, a lot of times the success is going to translate into games. And so many guys, again, that's the balance, right? And this will be the last thing I'll ask you is the balance of feel good and those challenging environments, right? Guys don't like to fail, but in game we swing and miss sometimes 3-4 times in a game. But we don't fail as much in practice. How do you balance that with those challenging environments and getting guys to buy into it?
Yeah, I think part of that's just the relationship side of it is like if they trust you that, today might not feel good. And then I think a big piece of our success over the last couple of years has been our sports psych. We have 4 sports psychologists on staff, and I encourage all of our guys to go see them. And that was one thing I was really proud of last year. Was my first year here, we had maybe 1 or 2 guys, and we probably had 80% of our hitters, 90% of our hitters meeting with our sports psychologists on a daily basis. And it got to the point where guys were meeting in the dugout, like they didn't care who knew about it, right? Because there's a stigma sometimes with 18 to 22-year-old men, right? Like, oh, I don't want to do that. And it was a very open environment in that sense. And I think that played a role in like just, you wouldn't go into the weight room without a strength coach. So why are you trying to handle failure without someone who's been to school and knows how to help you do this, right? And so that's a huge part of it too.
Wow, that's awesome, and it shows when the success translates to the field. And you guys do a great job with hitters, and it's a beautiful facility in here, and we appreciate you taking the time to do this with us.
Oh, thanks for having us. It's been awesome.